When it comes to Eastern MMOs, there is not a lot that you can do about the pay to win. Whenever it comes to the Eastern side of things, that culture, a lot of times they embellish a working man's life, and you cannot be a no-lifer and a working man. I feel like I'm a very good example of that because I am not good at really any MMOs. That's going to become increasingly apparent as you hear me talk about Black Desert Online through this video. But before we get into that, just go ahead and hit that subscription button because it's free. I don't make money from these videos because YouTube took me off the partner program because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. Anyway, guys, I do want to go ahead and just segue right into this video. First things first, this video is going to be off script, and I don't know a whole lot about Black Desert because, like this title says, I am a new player. So I am going to be saying some things that maybe you're like, oh, well, this is wrong. Put it in the comments down below. I would like to learn more about the game. A guide on YouTube can only teach me so much about Black Desert Online. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get into the pros that I have about Black Desert Online. One of the biggest pros for me with Black Desert Online has got to be how beautiful the environment is. Another thing is going to be how beautiful the character models are, how much you can customize your character, or you can make them look completely idiotic if you want. And don't even get me started on the costumes that you can get for your characters. You can literally change out your underwear. I mean, it costs money, it does, but what doesn't when it comes to a pay-to-win Pearl Shop MMO? I spent a little bit of money on the game and I've gotten some different costumes, okay, because I just really like the cosmetic items that are in this game. You cannot really get these items by actually progressing through the game. You do get like a few costumes whenever you go through the main story and stuff with the Black Spirit, but they're not going to be anywhere near as cool as the ones that you can get in the Pearl Shop. And that's just how this game is set up. That's how the model is. You can either take it or leave it. When it comes to Black Desert Online, for me, I really don't think I could no-life this game because it would probably put a huge hole in my wallet. When it comes to progression in Black Desert Online, a lot of the times it requires you to go through some type of payment, some type of thing that you need to swipe your credit card for if you want to be competitive with other players. I have talked to many streamers about the game, and I watch Black Desert streams all the time, just while I'm doing things around. And a lot of them say that they've dropped a good amount of money on this game. And that makes a lot of sense whenever you think about how an Eastern MMO is made, what their pay model is, what they a lot of times embellish in the game. And that comes in the form of things like XP boosts that you can buy with your money and value packs and different things in there. I'm sure that I'm missing a lot of items that players are spending real money on, but I haven't really went into that depth in the game yet. Like I said, I am very new. I've only been playing for a couple months. The next thing about Black Desert Online that I really like is gotta be the combat. It is a aim-based combat system, and there is both ranged, melee, different things like that you can do with it. And I will say one thing, I'm not very skilled when it comes to the ranged combat. I have only played a few characters that have ranged combat, one of them being Witch, and I die like every fucking time I play. So I don't know really a lot about the ranged combat, but I can say that my main character is Guardian. I will say that I mainly made the Guardian because I wanted to make her kind of look like Lagatha Lothbrok off of Vikings, but I will just say one thing. Guardian is fun for me because her weapon feels super fucking heavy. And when it comes to a game where you have to grind and shit all the time, I really like that. It's interesting, it is fun, and it feels like my weapon is literally as heavy as my body. It's actually really, it's a great part about the game, and I really like that part. Like I said, ranged combat, I don't know a whole lot about. I fucking die all the time. It's pretty fun playing Witch, but I've only gotten up to like, I think level 17 on that character, so I can't say a whole lot about it. But I'm also not a no-lifer, so I'll probably be level 20 by the time I make another video, if I make another video about Black Desert Online. Another thing is just how in-depth all the different life skilling and node systems are in the game. I really like how you can have workers that are working for you AFK, how you can gather stuff AFK, even hell cook beer in your house AFK. And I like a lot of this stuff because it makes it to where I can kind of play the game and do things around the house and I don't have to be sitting there the whole time. i.e. being a no life with this game. So I really do like that. I know that a lot of people make the joke that if you played Black Desert Online and if you're good at it, then you always have the game running. And that's been true for me for the past couple weeks now, because I've actually been trying to play it a little bit more, grind a little bit more, and get a little bit better at the game. Also trying to watch different videos and get different insight from other people. But I will say one thing, it is very fucking hard, and this is going to start off my first con of the game. It is very hard not to feel like you are the only person in this game. Yes, there are a ton of people in towns. Yes, there will be people following you around and stealing all of your grind spots. But it always feels like, especially whenever you're in the very beginning on the leveling process, going through the main quest, it feels like you're just pressing T and running to the marker, pressing T, running to the marker, and that there's nothing else going on around you. This is mainly due to the fact that I don't know if I know how to properly join guilds, but I have put in like multiple applications for I think 3 or 4 different guilds, and all of them are for new players, but none of them had said anything back to me. And maybe I'm already in them, but I just can't figure out how to get to the actual tab that shows me that I'm in the guild. So I'm not completely sure on that, but I will say that whenever I do, I have gotten a few friends to get this game just so we can kind of play together, because it is a cool fucking game. It's a cool looking game. The graphics are nice. The player models are moi. But I mean, I feel alone in the game. Like, I don't feel like anyone's there for me. You know, I don't feel like anyone is there to tell me how to enhance shit or to what the fuck transfusion is. I don't know what transfusion is at all. I mean, I kind of have a small grasp on enhancement. Even fail stacking, I've heard that term thrown around a lot, and I know that it has something to do with just completely destroying a piece of, I think, completely destroying a piece of equipment in order to get like a certain percentage increase on your enhancement chances for another piece of gear. But those are just things that I guess I could click on the wiki and learn. That's another thing that is going to be a con for me, and it's just the amount of shit that you have to actually learn. This is, I mean, it's an MMO, right? You need to be able to learn everything. But I will say that I believe WoW is older than Black Desert Online. Actually, I know WoW is older than Black Desert Online, and I learned WoW a lot faster than I am learning Black Desert Online. And apparently, according to everybody else, this is a marathon, not a race, and that is a very true statement. I have played this game for a few months, and if I was playing WoW, I'd be max level by now. But I've been playing this game for a few months now, and I'm not even max level on my Guardian, on my main character. I just hit the Awakening on her, and I'm still having trouble figuring out how the fuck to do that Awakening shit, because I've been grinding with her for so long without the Awakening skill tree. I don't even know how to do a correct character build, so that just shows you how new I am. But that is another thing, just the soloness of actually playing the game. I would say the next con that I have is the fact that you can literally go into the Pearl Shop and buy stuff that gives you buffs or gives you XP boost, or you can get a value pack and it gives you inventory expansion slots and stuff like that. That is probably one of the most annoying things for me when it comes to an MMO. But I also, like, people in the Eastern culture, they don't look at that as pay to win. They look at that as we have a working man and we have a no-lifer. They should be able to either get at the same level, or the working man should be a little bit higher than him because he's a working man. So he needs to be able to pay money and actually get good at the game like that. I'm not a big fan of that at all. That's why I choose with Black Desert Online to play it casually rather than going headstrong full force into this game, because I know for a fact that if I did that, I would burn the fuck out super quick, because that's happened to me with multiple other games. And if you're like me and you have stuff that you got to do on a daily basis, like a job or a girlfriend or friends, or you want to go out and do things, maybe you have a YouTube channel, do not no-life this game, because if you do, you're either going to ruin your wallet or you're going to stop playing. So that marathon is a very true statement as well. And that's just a few things that I picked up on this game with just a couple months that I've been playing. And like I said, I don't have a whole lot of hours into it. There's people with probably tens of thousands of hours into this game just from no-lifing it and spending a lot of money on the game. But I'm honestly not going to be that guy that's just going to drop money on pay-to-win items. I do not do that stuff. I like it whenever I actually can attest for my progression as a character in a game. I like MMOs like this, but not pay to win. if Black Desert Online was not pay to win, it would be a lot more popular than it even is right now. And I have heard that Kakao Games, or Kakao Games, I have heard that Kakao Games are going to make like another MMO, Crimson Desert. I don't know if I think it's going to be like a completely separate IP, but it might be like an expansion. Hopefully this is going to be like a non-pay to win version of Black Desert, because if they can take the graphics and the combat mechanics that they have in Black Desert and put it into a new IP and make a new game that's not pay to win, I would actually like that a lot. Anyway, guys, this is a different type of video. I have never went over Black Desert Online on my channel. I've talked about it very briefly in a couple different Ashes videos, but you guys seem to be eating up Ashes content, and I don't want to burn anybody out on the Ashes content on here. So I figured I would switch it up a little bit. If you did like the Black Desert Online topic, or if you wanted to hear more about the game or what I think about the game, or maybe even see some gameplay impression type stuff on the channel, then just go ahead and leave it in the comment section. I'm always looking to improve, and if you have a caveat to anything that I say, put it in the comment section. And if you don't like the video, you can dislike, but you better leave a fucking comment so that I can actually fix it, okay? I want to grow, okay? So y'all put stuff down in the comments, please, please, please. And I will see you in the next video.